Hello, this is going to be a video tutorial on entering pet information and vaccination information into the groomer's right hand. We're going to start out on the main screen here. We've got a card pulled up. We want to go to the pet information screen for this client. We're going to click on View and click on Pet Information. From here, we want to go to the Pet Profile section for Mozart. So we're going to click on the little profile button here on the left of Mozart's name. Here's the Pet Profile screen. This is where you're going to enter in specific information to that pet, such as allergies, trouble spots, special handling, color, birth information, weight, etc. Nice comment box here for any miscellaneous information you want to have for that particular pet. In the veterinarian column, we're going to enter in a vet. Now, the first time that you enter a new vet for a profile, you're going to have to type it in, of course. We're going to call this one Dr. Jack and give him a phone number. Now that you've got it entered, Dr. Jack is in the global list of veterinarians for your program. So from now on, he will be in your drop-down list here. So when you add a new pet with the same vet, all you have to do is use a little drop-down box and add the vet for that particular pet. We've got one, for example, Dr. Smith already on the list. Let's change them to Dr. Smith. So if you ever wanted to delete a vet, you can use the delete this vet button. Just keep in mind that this deletes the vet from your global veterinarian list. So if you have any other pets with that same vet, it's also going to delete the vet from their profile as well. So the only time you're going to want to ever delete a vet is if the vet is no longer serving customers in your area. Otherwise, you're just going to select a different vet from the list or add a new vet. But never delete a vet unless the vet is no longer serving your area. In this section, we also have a place for history notes. If you click on this button here, you have a virtually unlimited amount of space here to add a blog or information about each visit. We have a attached date line function here where you can click on that and it would automatically put today's date, or you can add your notes up under that, as many notes as you want. The next time that you open this history notes page, you can click on attach date line again for their new date and put in more notes. You can continue doing that as long as you like. At some point you can delete the entire history file if you like, or you can print the entire history file. We're going to click on OK to close this out. We also have a section for pet pictures. So we're going to click on View Picture here. From here, you can select a picture from your computer. To do that, click on Add Change Picture. You select a picture that's on your computer. Select Open, and that picture is now associated with the pet that you have pulled up. From here, you can also remove the picture so it's blank, or just close it out so it remains the way it is. That's all your pet profile information. We're going to click on OK to go back to the pet names and date screen. Now we're going to talk about the vaccination settings. From here, on the extreme right, you can see there's notifications boxes for vaccinations for each pet. We see that Mozart has an expired vaccination date, which just means that at least one of the vaccination dates that are required has expired. To take a look at that, we're going to go back to the pet profile screen. we're going to look at the list of required dates, which is the required dates is DHLPP and rabies. Of the two required vaccination dates, we see that there is indeed an expired date here. So we're going to want to call that person, let them know that when they come in next, you're going to need an updated vaccination sheet on them. And when they bring it in, you update the date. And at the bottom here, this is a place for you to put a date that you actually verified the vaccinations. If, for example, let's go to another pet. This pet is showing on the vaccination required, there is a missing required date. Let's take a look at that profile. Okay, over here we see that there's a requirement for DHLPP vaccination information, and it is blank. So you're going to want, again, to contact that client or talk to that client when they come in and get the vaccination information from the client and enter it in here. Another example on another client, I've got an expiring soon notice. Taking a look at their profile section, we're going to look at all of the required vaccinations, which we only have one required, and it is indeed expiring within the next 30 days. So we are going to want to correct that and press OK, and then that, of course, that will change. Going back to the first one, the rabies, Pam has shown us the new vaccination dates, and we're going to select a new date, a good date, and we're going to update the vaccination verification date as needed and press OK. And as you will see, their vaccination notification will be changed to good. Now, also, I want to go under the Vax settings screen. This screen is to be used when you initially set up the program, or if you decide to change your requirements. So, for your business, for example, for dogs, you want to require DHLPP. You want to require rabies for dogs and cats, and you want to require FVRCP for cats. You have an option over here to assume all appended breeds or dogs. This is for the section of the pet breeds where you enter in your own pets instead of using the breeds that are built into the program. You create your own breed list, and the program really has no way of knowing if the breed that you entered is a cat or a dog, so you can select assume all appended breeds or dogs. That way it will automatically require these settings for all the pets on your list, and you can click submit. Now, of course, as soon as you do that, all your pets on your screen are going to be set to those required vaccinations. Since this is not a cat, it's not going to show that as being a requirement for the cat. It's not going to show up because it's not a cat. It's just going to show up the ones required for dogs. Now, this one is going to show a missing date, of course, because you now have a requirement for rabies and you have not entered a date for rabies yet. So it's going to stay as expired until you either put in a good date or unclick the required field. Now, the vaccination screen, again, just saying that again, this is suggested only for use when you're setting up a new client list or you're changing your requirements. This should not be used to to add requirements for new dogs. To do that, it's very much suggested that you select those requirements each time you enter a new dog's name. You enter a new dog's name, you're going to require this and this for the dogs. And that's about it. If you have any other questions, there's a help file here. Click on help and then click on help. That will bring up the help information screen. Thank you for watching.